Task in kind. Can you inform people how far and why are you not still delivering that to the people when they need it now?
I am very grateful to the Gambian people who have responded very positively to our appeal to contribute to the Buntung in order to get much needed food for the vulnerable. In fact, as at now, uh, and that's 2,070,000. And the committee, oversight committee, will be meeting soon to decide on the quantity of food items and the various type of food.
Last week, we had the presidential advice on politics saying that UDP is trying to play with the lives of the Gambians. At your position, how true is that?
Well, I think that is false, and I think I have addressed that question from earlier on when one of your colleagues asked the question that some people asked then that we are playing politics. I think I've answered that.
I'm Lamin with Brother TV and in your opinion, what would you say the current government is doing wrong in addressing the COVID-19 issue? Because we've seen that they've come up with various initiatives, but still things seem to be where they are. There's no progress anyway. What would you say they're doing wrong?
Well, I think in the first place, I think government should really set an example on those corrupt, scheming officials who have dipped their hands in the COVID-19 funds, fleecing the nation. I think government should example on that, and then government should really have a well worked out plan as to how to deal with this pandemic. I'm happy that a coordinator has now been appointed in the person of Mr. Senghor, whom I know is a very able NGO operative. I mean, he works with the Gambia Red Cross Society, which have been really playing very fantastic role, in this matter. So we hope that he will be afforded complete opportunity, that there will be no interference with him. He will carry out, his strategies for really curbing this pandemic.
The president's address, his second address, and the first time to be corrected, there was a particular paragraph which stated that local organizations as well as political parties in the Gambia are urged to come forward and join hands with government. Wasn't this an invitation to political parties, or were you waiting for a direct invitation?
Well, I would have thought that any president who has any modicum of respect for other political leaders would not go on a public platform and say, I invite you to come. I think he would, through his protocol or through the relevant line ministry, reach out to those political leaders, and have, what I'll call, a family dialogue a family conversation on this. But you cannot go on a platform, public platform, and say, "I invite you." That does, for me, that's not. Uh, you are not really treating your colleagues with the respect they deserve. I think he should be advised when he wants to have the whole nation, other political leaders, work with him on any issue. I think that's not the way to do it. What I initiated, talked to all my colleagues, and they all agreed. And then they blocked us. And as I said, my conversation with one of those leaders was recorded and given to one of Adama's acolytes, whom I know took it to Adama and said, "Look, you hear what your father, you see, can you hear your father?" And so forth. And exactly this is what happened. It's exactly what happened.
So I came in late, so I wouldn't know whether the question was that. I just want to ask your opinion regarding the reported arrest, since we are in the Eid, and a lot of Islamic leaders, of course, want to stage or organize their various congregational prayers, not in mosque, but in their houses. For example, Basori Khalif, police went to his house today. There was a congregation there, and then they attempted to arrest him. What do you mean, your leaders in the country?
As far as I think, religious leaders have been advising that you don't have to go to mosques to perform the Eid prayer. Families can do so in their homes. I think that been an advantage. So that is why I have stated in my statement that, look, those police officers, the security personnel who are entrusted with the responsibility of enforcing these measures, these emergency measures, they should do so with a human face, and they should do so without really causing any untold hardship on the people. But I think that it was just sufficient to advise them that yes, although you can do this in your homes, but you have to have physical distancing. I think that is what they should be doing, and not really arresting them, because this creates, and we certainly this is not the time that this country needs any problems of any sort. This time, this country needs everyone focused attention on what we need. This unity amongst ourselves. I hope that if any arrests have been expected, I hope that those arrested will be will certainly be released. I think the advice should be on physical distancing, as they say, or social distancing, and not really to arrest people. Why Basori? Why not other places? I've seen people on the social media who have really prayed in their homes with their families. Yeah? And in fact, a particular one, which was not only prayer, but then at the end of the two rakas, this particular family, there was khutbah. Why are you not arresting those? Why do you have to go to Basel to arrest those people?
Are you saying he's targeted?
Pardon?
Are you saying he's targeted?
Well, I'm asking the question. Because I do not know why. I'm asking the question. But what I'm saying is that I'm appealing to the security that they should enforce these regulations with a human face. I think the bottom line of it is that.
So during the latter days of the Ramadan, a very controversial issue came up. That is the EU coming up with a statement supporting LGBTQ rights in the Gambia. And with you came in one of your interviews, I will try to quote you, and based on what you said, if I'm wrong, you can please correct me. But you appeared to say that Jammeh was using anti-gay rights as a means to perpetuate atrocities on Gambians. And in the past days, we've seen that the UDP has come up with a statement also saying that they are not in for it. What is really happening here?
Well, the spokesperson stated the position of the United Democratic Party. Our constitution, the 1997 constitution, placed a lot of emphasis on our cultural values. And the draft constitution similarly places a great deal of emphasis on promotion of our cultural values, maintaining those cultural values. And homosexuality or lesbianism, is quite alien to the Gambia. What I did say at that time was that homosexuality can what I said, that it was not the country at all, and that he was just trying to
At the time, did you promise that your government, which you were a part of, would work towards repealing some of the LGBTQ people?
any law, really, any law for us, any law that homosexuality cannot condone.
Gentlemen of the press?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
If there is anything that the COVID-19 has taught us, project to improve our agricultural sector, which will be, of course, a very good help to the nation when it was implemented. Do you know whether this particular project has been implemented? If not, what will be your advice to the government? Thank you. My name is Mohamed Fati.
That for year, about 50 million euro for for improvement of our agricultural sector, and I want to believe that it's been implemented. COVID-19 brought to the forefront is the issue of food insecurity in this country. Whilst the pandemic itself, the virus itself is an health issue, but then the other, very important repercussions or impacts, that it can really, that really exposes is food insecurity. After all, why are we saying that the vulnerable must be given, relief assistance? It is because there is absolute food insecurity. They are not able, the farmers have not been able to produce enough to feed themselves. If we were able to do so, I don't think we would be going about looking for help to really provide food for the needy. What would be done really was to get funds, to infrastructure, and to combat, very seriously this COVID-19, so that we'll completely eradicate it, and it will become a concern of the past. I think food insecurity
Well, viewers, of course, you are following live broadcast of the UDP party leader on his Eid message, that is to the Gambian people. He's trying to, of course, discuss on the current matters of the country with regards to the situation of the COVID-19, but also some other very pertaining issues as far as the country is concerned, the government position and some of the issues. Is responding to questions from the journalists to bring clarity on some of the concerns or the queries they are raising for the situations in the country, like I said. And, you know, he have spoken so far, touched on many different issues. Like I said, he have talked about the COVID-19 government response, and also, you know, he, you know, talked about his initiative, his party's initiative of the food bank. But let's go back again to follow the live broadcast.
That task. That there are people, or the expectation of the majority. I think the only issues that I hear the executive is concerned about it is the term limit, as well as powers of the National Assembly. Why do you want to question the powers of the National Assembly to scrutinize your appointments if you are really determined to act in accordance with the Constitution? Why do you want to really have a carte blanche and appoint anybody as a permanent secretary? Why do you want to have that? Why should that not be the subject of confirmation so that the candidate can be investigated? No, neither the president nor any member of the cabinet has any problem with the current constitution, which makes the ombudsman appointment being subject to National Assembly confirmation. They have no problem about that. Why should they have problem with the National Assembly confirm the appointment of other officers who have been so stated in the Constitution? From the executive. In fact, what the executive that what has all been advocated, that is subject to control. You cannot just have the executive behave and
Yes, again, we having some connection issues there, but yeah, we should be going back again to the live broadcast. But just to remind you again, if you are just joining us, this is Africa TV, and we are bringing you live broadcast from the UDP Bureau, where the party leader is speaking to the Gambian people after the end of Ramadan. It's his special Eid message to the Gambian people, and of course he's been has been talking on current issues, and also some of the initiative his party have done since the outbreak of the COVID-19 was announced in the Gambia. He commended, of course, the people who responded positively to the initiative of his food bank to support Gambians in this very critical and difficult times. And also, he also implored on the security forces to handle the situation in implementing the regulations of the COVID-19. You know, I think that is very important, like he put it. And also, he's he also talked about what he called, I think, a family discussion should have been when the president, I think, openly called on the political parties also to join in the fight against COVID-19. And as he said, it could have been done much better than he did. But we will come back to that in another time to further discuss and digest widely on the message of the UDP later. But just bear with us. We'll take you back again as he's currently responding to some of the questions being asked by the journalists at the Okay, we can go back again.
Not these phony, pontifications of retroactive nature of the Constitution. After all, what is avoided? What is avoided is that retroactive criminal legislation is avoided. Retroactive legislation affecting vested rights. Who has a vested right to contest in 2021? Have they crystallized? No right has crystallized. Your right crystallizes when you satisfy all the conditions. That's when your right crystallizes. And I do not accept the argument that this legislation is retroactive, or the Constitution is retroactive. That those provisions are retroactive in nature. After all, you cannot choose to be president of the Third Republic under this Constitution and refuse to accept the consequences of being the president of the Third Republic under this Constitution. You cannot do it. You cannot have your cake and eat it. You cannot approbate and reprobate. That's what I say.
Thank you.
Yes, you did not ask any questions.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sorry for taking you back on COVID-19, but as far as the fight against COVID-19 is concerned, looking at some other countries, for example, Senegal, preparedness, and comparing it to Gambia, which is still at a foundation where we are even yet to see a fully equipped isolation center. Looking at the provincial part, recently already going around town, I saw from a first-hand information saying they don't even have a well-equipped isolation center. And knowing that also we have porous borders, more specifically around our provincial part. To your end, what do you think is lacking as far as these kind of foundations are concerned, taking us to another level as far as fighting this pandemic is concerned?
I believe, if not all, but the majority of the confirmed cases have been with people who came into the country. So, which means that internally, Corona was really absent. It was imported. So it is therefore absolutely necessary that we man our borders properly. I think with the number of people we have in our various security sections, I think they could be better utilized in manning our borders. Because these people who come in, they would not use the official entry points. They would go through, through the back roads, and get into the country. And it is therefore necessary that all the areas, and it's not difficult. It's not difficult, you go to the far east, in the CRR, you go to places like Kungel, you go to other places like Samuel Pachonki, because there shares a border with Sissekunda in Senegal. You station your people there, and the local people really, when they see soldiers, armed soldier stationed in this place, that will serve as a deterrent. They will never come into the country. I think that's what. And then the little equipments we have, I think it should be a question of how we really utilize them. Of course, we have only centers around, the greater Banjul area. I do not know why Bansang, there's like Bansang Hospital, should not be well equipped. Karantaba Health Center, Kuntaur Health Center, Basse Health Center. I think these people should, these places should also be equipped, not only with gadgets and so forth, but with trained personnel to really do so. I want to think that Mr. Senghor will address these issues very urgently. I want to believe so.
Thank you very much, gentlemen of the press. This brings us to the end of this greetings from the Secretary General and Party Leader. A copy of the text is available, and I will be happy to share with all of you. Again, we look forward to your propagation of these messages because we live in a very anxious time. And as you can see, our party leader has always been engaging with the media to try and get across the messages that Gambians need to hear in these very, very anxiety-ridden times. So thank you again for your time on this Eid Day in the Gambia. Thank you very much.
There you go. That brings us to the end of the, of course, the special message, or should I say, end of Ramadan message from the UDP party leader, Ousainou Darboe. Of course, it was a briefing, by the way, also where journalists had the opportunity to ask some questions for clarity, which he responded some of the issues that they have raised during the discussion there. But finally, of course, that's the end of it. It's the end of Ramadan. Of course, like I said, at this moment, political parties will take the opportunity to speak to their people, but generally to the nation as a whole. And Ousainou Darboe, touched on very pertinent and critical issues of the country. He talked about the COVID-19 situation, like I said, the government position, and some of the other issues. He also talked about the CRC. He commended the Constitutional Review Commission for a job well done in consulting the Gambian people during the process and of the, drafting the new constitution that is apparently is at the level of the executive, as you may know. But also he, like I said earlier on, he also talked about the, porous, or should I say, the border concerns, porous border concerns which Gambians have in controlling the COVID-19 pandemic in the country, and most importantly, he have also touched on the resources that have been mobilized by government in the fight of the COVID-19. He of course, he have urged for the resources to be used wisely or to be used for its purpose in the fight against COVID-19. And I think that also has been a talking point for many Gambians. He also talked about the issue of time limit, the 2-term limit, which I know will probably bring some other discussions around town and of course on the social media as well, looking at his position on some of the issues that he have responded today. So like I said, of course, it was a special edition and we will come back to it in a later date, so we can discuss this in a wide perspective and also further digest it together with you. But of course, as you were following the live broadcast of his message, I think you have already understand some of the things that he have already talked about. Mbokk yi su ko defee rek ñu fàttali leen comme ni ngeen ko gisee UDP party leader bi moom Ousainou Darboe mu ngi doon wax ak waa réew mi waa parti am tamit waa réew mi generally because tey bési Eid la ci ñi nga xamante ne tey lañ julli waaye ñeneen ñi démb la waaye lu ci am solo rek mooy ne or nañ weer bi ci jàmm te jeex na mu profito ci jàkkaarloo ak waa réew mi ndokkale leen waaye tamit profito waxtaane ci li nga xamante ne mooy ci situation réew mi wax na lu bari ci tolluwaay coronavirus bi taxawaay nguur gi waaye tamit moom parti am ak ci initiative bu ñu am ci li nga xamante ne ñoom respond bi gërëm na ñi nga xamante ne génnes nañ jàppale ko ci initiative bu mu am mooy Food Bank respond ci li nga xamante ne mooy COVID-19 bi dellu ci na tamit ci li nga xamante ne mooy ci CRC seen taxawaay ci liggéey bi nga xamante ne def nañ ko ci wàllum constitution bi wax na tamit ci affaire time limit bi ak tamit ci yëfi lu ñoo taxawee jamono ji xeexum coronavirus bi ci booda yi xam ngeen ne bëri nañ ci wax yu bëri ci li nga xamante ne mooy ci mbir yooyu wax na ci loolu tamit waaye leneen tamit lu mu wax mooy affaire yi LGBT mooy yëfi gay bi nga xamante ni jamono ji nekk na wax yu bëri ci réew mi moom bu yàggul parti am bi daal dina ci wax ñu laaj ko am luñ ko ci laaj tontu na ko comme ni ngeen ko déggee waaye lii yëpp ci tënk wala sax ci pour gën koo yaatal incha allah si jëmmi jamono nañ dellusiwaat gan cee waxtaan indil leen waxtaan bi ci nu mu gën a yaatoo yéen tamit ngeen gan cee am seen gis-gis ak tamit seen taxawaay waaye tamit tey dañ leen indil special edition bi nii pour ngeen am li nga xamante ne mooy taxawaay bi ci ni ngeen ko déggee su ko defee xam naa ne fii la ñoo yemandi rek gërëm leen sant leen bu baax a baax wax leen déwénati beneen yoon ci korité bi nga xamante ne ñu ngi koo feete ci biir réew mi ak ci àdduna si yëpp ñaan yàlla daal yàlla nañu yàlla may ñu fekkee déwén waaye tamit ñu fekkee at yu bëri situation buñ nekk ci mu nekk situation bu doy waar mbas mi le di coronavirus yàlla na ko yàlla génnee ci réew yi Gambie waaye tamit génnee ko ci àdduna bi yëpp ci li nga xamante ne mooy ci tolluwaay bi ñaanal Gambien si ñi nga xamante ne yàgg nañu ànd ak ñun ci weeri koor bi waaye laata loolu ngeen ànd ak Africa TV ñu ngi leen di gërëm di leen sant di leen ñaanal jàmm fi ngeen mënta nekk ci biir réew mi ba ci biti réew di leen gërëm bu baax a baax di leen wax rek di leen indiloon tey ci waxtaan bi nga xamante ne Ousainou Darboe njiitali UDP indil nañ leen ko incha allah kon ne ma ko waay nañ ci dellusiwaat beneen yoon. Well, viewers, thank you very much as always for following our programs. This is it was of course a special edition to bring you the live live broadcast of the end of Ramadan statement or speech should I say message by the UDP party leader, as you heard from him. So on that note, we will just draw the curtains for now in this live broadcast, and thank you very much for following our programs, and we will be back to bring you a wide discussion on some of the issues that we have highlighted or talked about in his statement today. Thank you very much. Keep following our programs and live on Africa TV on our different social media platforms and all that. But for now, thank you very much. I've been your host, Amadou Kante. Till we meet again, thanks for watching and Eid Mubarak.
man kontaan boy mu ne boy nga nyim bata mbe taki tubabu du boy nga nakko do mbe do ku boy nga kina nyin kendi moy boy pura e bungulo nyi boro na bungo hani lento am futaji boy de jibe lu njumala ya fanyi koy babun lola ama me ila bungo jibe abadane jara foyte lafta fula nyi man balwo kalam mu balwo fo balwo ko budlo ko fanan kele boy nyim bungo jala be nyamende abe mu balwo la do boy
ñin kunna soniyata ta www.baluwo.com anin baluwo isela bulloran jorangol be sang anila kudola asatare mambata jorangol membu ko cemento kenyo babarol nil peruol woni nga nyon jamal ta baluwo.com yin jorangol be sang ila dinkira bado adungite batala je anin baluwo ifangole marate la kudola
badingol men be Gambia anin Gambia e bantala mbenga nyillon ko TRRC bala doko salla bangole kono andila doko be lori men kan wala hadama dingol men na nyanto tinyata nyim banko kanjang kabrin July karo 1994 sangola kana January karo 2017 sangola woto momo ya lon ko mantorata ni wato kono andi man futa TRRC follow pour que la kuma kan di safo me statement no ye fere ke ye futa TRRC ye la kuma kan di atariya nyama yo pour kana TRRC ye fen kenan pasoti kana futa je wala fen dépense pour ka futa TRRC ke la kuma kan di abe sendi le male bare be nyim fanan ko la ko pour ka statement no fanan di amanke ko momo yela kuma kan di TRRC ibelo la television o nyatole mobe jube wotude tele bulu ni laptop ka testify mobe yela moy mobe je ise o kenole bar ni man lefo fananna ise kuma kan dinole ayatra molke kan moy bari te nyaada jela nindu man lefo fananna ise sino inin commissional damma aliye kacha ayatra mote bole kalama andu nimme lafta kanyinke ise katoke yin telephone number kumandi pour ka TRRC sotono 7704988 7704988 wala 7415937 7415937 ala baraka mobe sadake TRRC dokot.
Have your say.
Fellow Gambians, my government has approved a $500 million